but there's a long tradition of these types of voices of conscience. So I just immersed myself in the world of St. Sabina and spent time with Father Mike and his peacekeepers and the community there, and tried to learn as much as I could.
We love you on Windy City Live. Yes, we do. Tell us, how did all this happen? How did this come about?
Well, I play me. I play Val Warner in Chirac, which is really cool. So when people see this movie, they are literally seeing Val, and I am a reporter in the movie.
We talk about the violence, but what can we do personally?
I think we got to be engaged, and I think engaged in a number of things. In our block, in our home, in our neighborhood, we got to be engaged. We got to fight the issues. We got to fight a government that is abandoned, you know, whole communities on the south and the west side. We got to fight a governor who's cut out every youth employment program, who's cut out violence prevention programs, who's abandoned our communities and the poor and the vulnerable. And I think we got to reach out to our brothers on the street and love them and respect them and help them, not just demonize them.
My participation is only because of Mr. Spike Lee, our leader, our director, and he reached out to me and blessed me with the opportunity to be in this film and said that his mission was to save lives in the south side of Chicago.
I'll just say like this. First of all, give you the history of coming to Chicago and telling my jokes as a young cat. I'm 37 now. I started about almost 15 years ago. Elroy taking me under his wing, let me do some jokes here and there for the radio stations and all that kind of stuff.
We are more than that. We are more than that. We're greater than that. And I feel like in places like this, or Chicago, or whatever you want to call it, the hood, whatever you want to call it, like, it's too much attention dwelled on the negative.
I learned that no matter what you do and how much of a genuine heart you have, and if you're coming from a good place, people are going to criticize if they don't agree with what you're doing.
Hi, we're from Empire, and you're watching the Higher Learning Network.
So how long have you been standing here?
Not too long, like an hour. So we're moving in fast. This is a good sign.
Yo, what's up? It's your man Tony Schofield from 106.3 Chicago's R&B, and you are watching Men on Higher Learning. Now, I used to hang around with some men that was into some higher learning. It just wasn't that kind of higher learning, but I got myself together now, okay?
What is it that you do in your quiet time, in your meditation time, that allows you to bring us the films that you do?
I sit courtside in Madison Square Garden, world's most famous arena.
And you're watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network.
Hi, Andre. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Wonderful. Now that we have you on the line, thank you so much for joining us today here on the Higher Learning Network TV show. Where are you at now?
Thank you for having me. I'm in Los Angeles, California.
Where it's nice and hot, I'm sure. It's about 20 degrees here in Chicago. So we appreciate you taking...
Hot, but for different, it's hot, but for different reasons. We are on fire, literally.
Alrighty, yes, and you are on fire from what I understand. Andre, tell us, is it Andre, because the press release I got, it's A-N-D...
Andre, A-N-D-R-A.
Okay, but it's just spelled differently. Okay, gotcha.
You know, black folks like to put a little hot sauce on our names, how we spell things.
Okay, well, thank you for the hot sauce. And just so our audience will know just a little bit about you, for those who already know, but we'll tell our viewing and listening audience that you originally from Houston, Texas, correct?
Born and raised, right.
And you are not only an actor, but an American stand-up comedian, best known for your role in the CW drama series, The LA Complex, As the youngest of 3 siblings, you was educated at Baylor University, where you graduated a year early, kudos, with degrees in business management. Now, that's something different for a comedian. A degree in business management and corporate communications, while also president of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Now, apart from the LA complex, you have worked on Prison Break, Entourage, NCIS, and here we go again on TV One. You're also in the hilarious Jesus. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I can't. That is just Black Jesus is it's hilarious. I cannot tell you when I first, just like you said in the trailer, people don't get it because of the title of the movie, but once you see it, you'll get it. Anyway, you're also a model, and you've done music videos and TV shows, stage plays, and your stand-up comedy performance at the world-famous Apollo Theater rocked the house. Can you please tell us how this comedic journey began?
Well, all of those things, the modeling and the stand-up comedy, all those things were just preludes to get me to where I am now, which was my aspirations was to be a TV and film actor. So the comedic background and things like that pretty much started with my aspirations to be an actor. And I was still living in Texas, and I didn't know how to get into entertainment. So the easiest way that I figured, the easiest route rather I took, that I figured out I'd take was to do stand-up comedy. I sat back and I asked myself what did all my favorite actors, well, most of my favorite actors had in common, which, you know, Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy, they all had stand-up comedy background. So I jumped into stand-up comedy, did some local circuits around Houston area, and then I eventually moved to New York and did more stand-up comedy, as you mentioned, at the Apollo Theater. And then when I moved out to LA, I started off doing stand-up as well. But it was all, you know, in aspirations to get me on television and movies.
How hard was that transition from comedy to television?
For me, it wasn't hard at all. In many regards, stand-up comedy is a lot harder than television. And I'll be willing to say anybody who's ever done stand-up will tell you that it's way more difficult than television and film. When you're on a TV show, you have you know, maybe 10 people in the room. You have the other actors that you're in the scene with. And then you have the camera guy and another camera guy, and you know, a producer, director, things like that. Maybe 10 people total in a room. When you're doing stand-up comedy, you know, you're on a stage by yourself in front of anywhere from hundreds to thousands of people, and there's nowhere to hide. Unlike television or film, you don't get, you know, a second take, a do-over. If you flub up one of your jokes, you don't get to, you know, oh yeah, I'm start over, do it again. So you don't have that security net. Everything is a hit or miss when you're on stage, and you're by yourself. You don't have anybody else to deflect the attention towards.
And what would you say to someone who, since comedy is such a challenge and TV seems to be a little easier, what would you say to someone who is watching you and trying to follow in your footsteps? Would you suggest they take the same route as you did, or?
Well, I wouldn't recommend anyone necessarily follow my footsteps. We all have our own path, our own route that we take. Mine was conducive to what I had to accomplish, the timeline I had to accomplish. And furthermore, I didn't get into acting until I was already 28 years old. So ideally, you know, most actors get into acting a little bit earlier than that. But like I said, we all have our different paths and roads that we take. But I would just recommend that anybody who feels like they are interested in getting into acting, first of all, make sure that you're passionate about it, because I live in LA and there's 11 million people that live in the greater Los Angeles area, and out of those 11 million, I guarantee you like 8 million of them want to be the next big thing, next big actor, next big singer, but also every year there's probably a couple million people that go back to their hometown disappointed. But I think the thing that separates people like myself, who I'm blessed to be able to have some success in this industry. The thing that separates people like myself and people who go back to their hometown is they were never passionate about acting. They just saw it as a glamorous entertainment, type of job that makes a lot of money, or they're in it for the fame, or they're in it because it's kind of hip, it's trendy. If you're not passionate about anything that you're deciding to do for your career path, then it's very hard to achieve any type of success in that career.
What else do we have to look forward to in seeing you in? Any upcoming projects for 2018?
Yeah, I'm in pre-production for 2 more movies that I'm about to start shooting now, but I'm just ecstatic about what 2017 brought to the table. You Can't Fight Christmas is actually my 5th movie.
Really?
Come out in 2017 alone. Yeah, it's the 5th one. So I'm just looking forward to carrying all that momentum into 2018 and having a prosperous 2018 as well.
Wow, you've done 5 movies. You're a little lightweight Denzel, aren't you?
I'm trying to be. I definitely aspire to be. Christmas program is we lose a lot of money throughout the rest of the year, so it's more dollars and cents for me, as opposed to the interpersonal relationships that the other people look forward to around Christmas time. Your projects, and just reminding everybody that if they want to keep up with me and for my future projects as well, you can find me on all social media platforms at Mr. Dre Fuller. It's MrDreFuller with Andre Fuller, and you're tuning in to the Higher Learning Network.